Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Board Games Unlocked, and Brad and I are doing a discussion for Solar Titans. Now this was a game that I could not tell you how I even heard about it. I think it was advertised at some point, and it was like a $25 game to back, and I'm like, okay, deck building and tableau building, those are two things that I really enjoy, so let's go ahead and see what this game is about. And I know you're a huge fan of deck builders, so what did you think of Solar Titans?
I thought it was pretty good.
Right?
Yeah, it was, I mean, especially when you said it was a $25 game, I mean, it's definitely worth that amount. I don't know if it's getting a retail release or if it's just the Kickstarter with it being, it's hard to say, but look it up. But no, I mean, I like how, you know, had to activate stuff and you could prep turns, and it has the typical deck building stuff with the alley of cards, and it has your typical replenishable buying of stuff that you can use and everything, and the art, surprising. I mean, it's kind of like a cartoony spaceship looking type thing, but it still looks really good, all of it and stuff.
Yeah, like, if you're looking for a game that's going to, break new ground with deck building, this isn't it. It is as standard of a deck builder as you can get. But for a little game like this, I mean, it's surprisingly good. Like, they have a bunch of different ship layouts, and, everyone starts out with their ship, the ship parts being the same, but they're organized in a different way, which is then going to promote different ways that you're going to build your ship. And it kind of has like a back and forth. Like, I like the fact that they include the field repairs, but they're limited. So you're kind of like, do I want to keep repairing it? Because, like, you and I were playing where it's like, okay, take out their means of attacking. But it's like, I have to keep delaying that because I need to attack. If I'm the first one to lose my laser, then I'm just going to be playing catch-up the whole time. It's also surprisingly simple of a game, which is nice. Every now and then it's nice to get a game that just has some simplicity to it. And yeah, I mean, like, I just really am amazed by this little game. And just the amount of different market cards there are. Tons of different weapons. I mean, the shields are relatively the same, but a lot of them are have special nuances, like the nano plate, being able to freely move it on your turn could be super clutch.
Right.
This Titan plate, it gets +1 shield from each attached ship card. It's like, that's just insane. But it also costs a lot. Getting 6 money to spend is not super easy. Yeah, like, I was trying to find out, like, who the company is. Like, who the publisher, Sunny Side Up Games.
Never heard of it.
No, I'm pretty sure this is their only game. And the designer is Philip G. I think this is also his first time designing. So, I don't really know much about this. Because, so there's, how many little ship cards? There's 8 different ship builds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 8 different ship builds, which are just fun. Like, this is the Destrier 7, like that layout. It's just a little bit wonky. And, yeah, the tableau building is also pretty straightforward. 5x5 grid. The entire goal is to destroy your opponent's command deck, and that's how you win. But because it starts with a 2 shield, it's like, well, that's not happening for a while, and because you can see what your opponent's doing the entire time, it's like, okay, well, I think I'm good. And it wasn't until I got, like, the boarding pod, it's like, oh, thank God, and had a prepped arm that I was able to flank in.
Well, and I was trying to do the big play.
Yeah.
So, like, I mean, I probably should have been spending stuff to take out things.
Yes.
You know, at the deal. But I was just like, okay, I'm just gonna go for it, go for the Hail Mary, to
Right.
see if I can, you know. But
No, I mean that's because I was the entire time I was leaving, like my command deck was unguarded, so I was sitting here like, okay, his flank cards
was one
required.
more.
All
It
you
was in
need,
my hand,
yeah,
and then I would have been boom boom.
right, and then just completely, yeah, that's true. And I was waiting on him, like that's gonna cost him 4 arm, and every time he drew a new hand, I'm like, does he have it?
Because I quit buying from the row. I just started hoping I had 4 to buy
Getting
those
worse.
things. I had those in my deck, like all
Yeah.
over the place. It was
Which also shows just how balanced the game
Yeah.
is. Of literally one turn away, it's like it's either I'm winning or you're winning. I can kind of see that this game has a little bit of at least with the field repairs, kind of feels like I'm doing something, and on your turn you're kind of undoing it. So that's if you choose to use your field repairs on piddly stuff like a light plate, but you're limited on those. Eventually, you're gonna run out, and you're not going to be able to repair anything. So you're starting to scrap cards to replace them with other stuff, but then that's now on the front lines. Because every time I was like, God, like I didn't want to place certain lasers or stuff down because I was like, he's going to destroy it. Like, and I just have to hope that they don't have a way to actually attack. Yeah, I mean, I'm just kind of amazed with how much game there is. This is just a really nice, straightforward 1v1 deck builder.
well, and there's hardly any symbols to know.
That's also
either.
true.
I mean, it's really simple as far as
Yeah,
there's not a lot of text on the card. There's not a lot of symbols, so it's pretty.
it's just
easy.
clean,
Yeah.
very minimalistic. Yeah, the most confusing part I would say is the 4 ways of attack. But it's like, well, you can only attack in the first card in a column. Well, you can only attack the first card in a row. Until you get to Pierce and wide attacks, where, I mean, the Pierce cards are nasty, like, but there's very few of them in the actual deck, so, let me see if I can find one. Yeah, there we go. So there's a gravity laser, costs 7
Oh, jeez.
to get. Has 1 shield inherently and then 2 pierce, but it gets +1 from each attached laser. So I mean, a pierce 3, if you attach it, would just wipe those
whole
3
row
things,
out,
that whole row out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure actually all the pierce cards might cost a bunch. Are there only 2? I thought there were more. Well, never mind. There's only 2 pierce cards in the deck, because they cost 7, and it's just gonna sit out there. But it's such a game changer, especially if you get like this mass cannon, spend 3 for a 3 pierce attack instead.
Oh, instead, okay.
Yeah.
Instead of adding on the 5.
Yeah, 5 pierce. Well, yeah. Okay. Well, I lost. Yeah, it's yeah, it replaces it,
Gotcha.
but still, if you're just able to just completely beam down someone's ship with that, I feel like if a Pierce card is out in the market, that's what people are now
Yeah.
racing towards.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, what I was also going to mention was they have multiple different modes to play as, so you can play this game solo and co-op. But if you they have engagement options, which is 2 players, a free for all, so 3 to 4 players, hunter, killer, 2v2. They have Titan Duel, which is 2v2, so each team commands 1 Titan cruiser, where each pair of players act as co-commanders. They have Titan Takedown, that's 1 versus 2, so it's a 3-player game. So you have a Titan cruiser with 5 field repairs, 12 starter crew cards, and 13 starter ship cards, which tell you how to lay it out. Yeah, you have a command deck, a crew quarters, a targeting bay, 2 alpha lasers, and 8 light plates. So you just kind of have 2 massive ships attacking each other, or have 2 regular ships versus 1 person with a Titan. I just think that's really neat. Tons of different ways to play the game. These over here are the Automa hard modes, which I've done a solo discussion for, so you can go check that out. But these are just different Automa ways to play if you want to play on hard.
Yeah.
sometimes discussions are just simple. Like, you have any negatives?
I don't think so.
Right?
I mean, I was trying to think if there was anything, and I mean, it's just a simple deal. I
Yeah.
mean, really is no, everything makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like when you're shooting, you're going to hit the first thing, you
Yeah.
know, and flanking. I mean, there really isn't any negatives that I can think of.
Yeah, nothing insanely glaring.
Right.
I mean, unless you don't like deck builders, or if
Right.
because it's 1v1 and you're like, oh, it's too lucky. Well, it's a deck builder, so like
Yeah.
if you really need to attack and you draw a hand of purchase cards, well, sometimes that happens. But I will also say one of the starting cards is the where is he?
The one where you can kick people out of, or Cole.
The the crew coordinator.
Crew coordinator,
You can spend
yeah.
one to trash a card in your hand, so you have ways to cull your deck just inherently instead of having to build out for it. When you buy cards from the market, they go straight to your discard pile, like most deck builders. So you have to eventually hope you draw it into that shield card that you just bought. I don't know.
These 1v1 games in this same realm,
Yeah.
this is better than, like, let's say, I mean, it's been years since we played it, but remember those Critical Mass?
Yes.
Like the mech ones, or
Yeah.
1v1 mech, where you were like, and there was
Yeah.
always that one stupid card we were playing that would, like,
It would be like, oh, dodge.
Yeah.
Dodge again.
Yeah.
Boost your shield, dodge.
Yeah, so I mean, this is much better version of that. Plus, that wasn't deck building necessarily.
No.
It was more of a,
That game died immediately.
Yeah.
I forgot about Critical Mass. Yeah, because it had
Yeah.
the 2 boxes.
so this is definitely a better 1v1 style. Like
Yeah.
this, you know?
I mean, I don't know how well it did. Again, like, I guess I can also look that up. Solar Titans. If I knew how to spell Solar Titans. Yeah, lead your capital ship into battle. Made $30K on a pledge of 7. So, made a decent amount. Yeah, $25.
That's not bad. I mean, for $25 to make 30,000, I mean, that's a lot.
Oh, that's a good point,
You know?
yeah.
I mean, that would have been quite a few backers.
Yeah. I'd like to see more. I think this game does have legs enough to add, obviously, more ship parts, more ways to build your ship. Maybe if they really want to go out on a limb, is like have unique ship powers, or like maybe not powers, but like instead of everyone starting with the same 8 cards, it's like, okay, well, my ship starts with this weapon and your ship starts with that weapon.
Right.
If we're looking at expansions for it, I think this game has some legs just to do minor expansions.
Well, just different ship layouts,
Yeah.
different, more solo.
Yeah, more
Front
solo
end
AI stuff. Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
Especially if they have all those different modes, it'd be nice to have just more content to play those modes. But as it is right now, it's an extremely solid, I'm going to say 1v1 deck builder that this is very clean and it's nice. It's not convoluted in any way.
Now, you could convolute a game like this by having these layouts like this, but then having a little board in the middle for positioning.
Oh, yeah, that's
So you
true.
can, like, move it, so it's like we're not necessarily facing front and front. Like, I could be like at your
how you're
back. I could be behind you, so you
Right.
have lasers at the back, and
Yeah.
that would really convolute the shit out of it. But you know,
Exactly. No, that's true. Like that's how these games would start. They start with this, and then they
Right.
find a way to make it a pain in the ass. But yeah, no, you're 100% right. Have maneuvering.
yeah,
And
you
it's like,
better watch out, because if your command deck's at the very back, then I'm just gonna sneak around you.
yeah.
You know, it adds way too much.
And I'm honestly glad it doesn't have anything
yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah. On a scale of 1 to 10, what are you giving Solar Titans?
I would probably give it. It's good.
Yeah.
It's not crazy.
Right.
Outstanding. So I'd probably give it a 7.
7. That's exactly where I'm at.
Yeah.
That's where I gave it for the solo, and I was like, maybe it'll be an 8 playing 1v1. Funny enough, I mean, this might be good for you as a solo player and other people. It felt just as good playing 1v1 with another person as it did solo.
Right.
Obviously, you're managing more, and it was a little bit simpler to play with another player instead of managing the bot. But yeah, I think this is a good game. So Cell of 7's where I'm at as well.
Yep.
So that's our thoughts on Solar Titans. Let us know what you think of the game in the comments below. Other than that, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and have a wonderful whatever time of day it is for you. Hey everyone, thank you for watching, and I really hope that you enjoyed the video. If you would like to see more of my content, go ahead and click that subscribe button and the bell to be notified whenever I upload any new content. If you feel like supporting the channel, you can go ahead and click that Patreon link to be taken to my Patreon, and any help is truly appreciated. Other than that, stick around for any other run-throughs or reviews or cool top 10s or whatever I feel like putting on. Other than that, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and have a wonderful whatever time of day it is for you.